Joining me tonight, my special panel as we look at whether Anna Hazare's fight in Mumbai, its fast in Mumbai, will galvanize as many people as it did in Delhi. Will he set the political agenda once again? Joining me tonight, Justice Santosh Hegde, retired Karnataka Lok Ayog, member of Team Anna. Also with me, Prashant Bhushan, Supreme Court advocate, again member of Team Anna. I'm joined by Kiran Kher of the BJP, a supporter, of course, of what Anna Hazare and his group are doing. Also with me, Jitendra Awadh, MLA and President of the Nationalist Congress Party Youth Congress, and Anil Dharkar, writer and columnist. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Justice Hegde, 24 hours to go. What do you think is so crucial about Anna Hazare's fast this time? The terms are different, the situation is different, but in a way, it's a more advanced fight because now you're fighting for clauses which may be harder to convince people about.
No. Nothing is different. Actually, what's happening in the parliament is different. We thought after the bill that was joint draft committee, before the joint draft committee government gave, we thought that will be the government proposition, which went to the standing committee. Standing committee sent its report to the parliament, and now what is being talked about or discussed in public by the members of the parliament is entirely different. Therefore, this is not a fight for reputation. It's a question of having a strong Lokpal bill. And to reduce the pressure on either side, the Jan Lokpal team or the Anna team has given a proposal of mere 4 suggestions that is there before the Lokpal team and all. I mean the parliament also. Let them look into it. It just merely says it must have a suo motu power, it must have a investigating agency of its own, then CBI and the members of the Lokpal team should be selected by non-political bodies. That's all we are demanding, nothing more than that.
Let me bring in Prashant Bhushan, that open letter which Justice Hegde talking about, just 4 conditions that you all have set to the Prime Minister and MPs asking that this should be done. The belief, however, that you've seen this from politicians across different parties, despite the fact that many supported you at Jantar Mantar, but making the point that now it's up to Parliament. We will go with the way we want it, and we've seen that many MPs across party lines have united against Section 24, which says that after the after the investigation, if there's a prima facie case, the Lokpal can go ahead and ask presiding officers of the houses to take action. So, in a sense, do you think this clause-by-clause battle is going to be much tougher and that MPs may unite against some of the tough provisions in this bill?
Well, all that is possible. See, the point is, in a democracy, the MPs and Parliament is supposed to represent the will of the people. And repeatedly over a large number of referendums across the country, opinion polls, surveys done by a number of independent organizations, every survey opinion poll is showing that more than 80% people in this country want a bill like the Jan Lokpal bill, which provides for a Lokpal institution which is completely independent of the government, functionally, financially, as well as in its method of selection, which has its own investigative machinery and which has the power to investigate corruption at all levels, from the Prime Minister down to the peon. Unfortunately, the bill that has been brought by the government negates all these essential principles of the Lokpal. It provides for a Lokpal which is selected by the government, which is dependent for its survival upon the government because the government can suspend it. It provides for a Lokpal which has no investigative machinery of its own and has to depend on a government-controlled investigative machinery. It does not give jurisdiction over 95% of the government officers, but gives jurisdiction over a large number of non-government
those are the issues that you've raised with it, and the opposition also raising key amendments. But I just want to take that point which you said on the will of the people. And I'd like to bring in Jitendra Awadh here because he's the only elected representative on the panel. Mr. Awadh, the will of the people and who represents the will of the people? Tomorrow in Mumbai, we will perhaps see huge crowds turn out. We've seen Team Anna say they expect 50,000, politicians saying they expect much less tomorrow in Mumbai. What will determine the will of the people? Is it the crowds tomorrow at the MMRDA grounds? Is it elections every 5 years? What do you see and what is your response to this when Mr. Bhushan talks about opinion polls and surveys showing people support a much stronger anti-corruption bill than is currently there?
See, now I don't know to which gallery all these people are playing. But first, the perception which was made throughout the country by these people was that they are not going to bring any bill. Then the discussion started about the bill. Now the bill is on debate, it's stable, and the negotiations are on. So let the parliament debate at least. You can go through the proper procedure of law and then go and have amendments done in that. Now this constitution and this country's democracy is, it's a mature democracy. See, America took so many years to give voting rights to the blacks. The democracy which is decorated democracy of the world, England, gave women right to vote after many years. But this is a country where all discriminations were just thrown apart the day the constitution came into existence. Now Prashant Bhushan in this country can speak for Kashmir, and it is under his constitutional right. So this is what Indian constitution, the strength of Indian constitution and Indian democracy. Now you are debating on the strength and the supremacy of the constitution and the parliament itself. You were first talking that they are not getting in the bill. Now that the bill is in, you are talking about in 24 hours, 48 hours, you are just giving them time limit to pass the bill. There is certain procedure of the law.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.